Before, you would have to go back and forth and you would have to understand a freight plan and see all the loads that are in that freight plan and try to determine the status. How do I understand where my freight is located at any given point in time on a customer load as it's moving through the system of a freight plan?
Our freight plan load view shows you all customer loads that are associated to freight plan loads. This allows you to manage it in a single location, understand the status of each one of the individual freight plan loads, and allows you to quickly plan for anything that needs to be modified by clicking on Freight Plan. You can also open up and look at trip plans. So here in this example for the Fargo wood chippers, for load L66, and again, this is a customer load, it's been broken up into multiple segments of delivery to get it down into Texas from Chicago. First off, the origin is Fargo Wood Clippers and the final destination is the Houston Texans. I've assigned my fleet to pick this load up, created a carrier load L67. This is my outbound load coming into the Illinois terminal. This is completed. So this load has arrived and was sitting at the Illinois terminal. Then I created, it had another carrier, third-party carrier, pick it up, L68, Liverpool Reds Transportation, which is currently in transit heading to my Texas terminal, Timely Terminal. Once that arrives, I've generated another load number, L69, which is going to be my internal carrier, which is going to pick this load up at the terminal and deliver it to the final destination for the customer. This gives you a complete picture of everything that you need to see in a single view. I can open the freight plan by clicking on this and make any modification or changes to the freight plan I need. I can look at each individual trip plan by clicking on this. So as you see, a lot of thought has gone into play in giving you the tools that you need to be able to plan out of DCs, into DCs, lane-based planning for everything, all carrier loads that you're trying to manage out of all your hubs. The section at the top of the view are all new filters designed strictly to help you manage your freight plans. I can come in and I can take a terminal, select that terminal, refresh my page, and see all freight plan loads for these customers that need to be managed out of the Illinois terminal. I can also quickly filter down if I want to see everything that's unplanned and unassigned to go outbound. I can filter this down even more and see that I've got 3 loads that I need to go into the freight plan and adjust them so that I get these all planned and ready to go. I can also select different terminals. Let's go now to Timely. Let's see my freight there. I've got 2 loads down here at Timely Terminal. One's unplanned and one is assigned. If I want to manage it using date ranges, I can come out and say, let me see what I'm going to do for this week. So I want every load that's coming in for the origin date between November 23rd and November 29th, and I want to also know everything outbound for the same week and filter that. And it's going to change my view again, and I can see that it falls within my expected ship and my expected delivery. I can also mix these. I can find everything for Timely Terminal that has a load destination, or let me change this even one more time, and we'll go back to my Chicago. And I want to understand everything coming out of my Chicago terminal that needs to go down to a location. So I'm going to pick Houston, Texas. And I want to plan everything that's going into Houston out of my Timely terminal within a 50-mile range. And I find I've got 1 load. And again, I can go in and I can plan this out. If I need to have intermediate stops put in, I can do that. but this is going to allow me to do it by using the radius search. I can also come in and change this and do it based on a zone. So if I want to see everything that's in my Illinois terminal, but it's going to be distributed out to my zone of Illinois for delivery, I can pop it up this way as well. So you can see there's a lot of mix and match that you can do within here. Lots of status changes that you can pick and choose on which way you want to see it. You can do it on freight plan build status. Partially planned states that something within the freight plan has a partial plan on it, because I could have multiple stops in there. And I've already got it built out for what segments I want to have in there, but I do not have it assigned. Same thing with planned. Planned would tell me that I've at least got a load associated to it, but I do not have a carrier associated to it. Covered, I've got a plan, I've got a carrier, everything's covered when all legs on that load are in that state. So every leg that's going to be utilized to deliver my customer load has a carrier and a load number on it for hauling.
Yeah, excellent. And as we know from freight plans in the past, with great power comes great responsibility. So it's tough to sometimes visualize the relationship between the customer load and the carrier loads you're actually executing. This view and the UI it puts right in front of you.
Yes.
It kind of blew our minds. You remember when the developer showed us what they came up with?
Yeah,
we were like, well, that's it right there.
And I give our development team, because we had them break the mold on what we can and cannot do, and that visually this is an amazing view, because it's very clear: customer load, carrier load, status of where I'm at, where is my load. It's going to prevent failures. That's the biggest key right here. We're going to prevent load failures because the visibility is going to be there.